What's going on, my Fly family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. I actually ran into a good statement on Twitter that I thought would raise some good conversation between us all, man. So we're about to get into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 19.6, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. All right, so shout out to Dan, man. Don't necessarily know this individual, but his comment ended up popping up, and it's going a little viral. So he ended up saying, I hope the WNBA never gets rid of the current draft eligibility rules. Like players staying in college 3+ years is one of the best parts about women's basketball. We get to form connections and follow their paths from college to the W. Plus, all these players are getting degrees. Now, for the women's basketball fan base, I don't think they have to worry about anything, or we have to worry about anything right now, because there's no incentive for the young ladies to leave college and play in the W. The NILs that they are receiving from these colleges are paying way more than their rookie salary would pay them. So I don't think you necessarily have to worry about that. And of course, you know, you have those superstar players like Juju and Paige who are getting NILs or endorsement deals from Nike as well. So yeah, I would say if anything, when the contract actually becomes more than what these colleges will pay, I think that's when you would need to worry about it. But other than that, I think the only players that will probably do one and done are the players that will get those big Nike, Adidas, all those like Reebok, Angel Reese. Those players that's getting those big endorsements, they will probably do a one and done because they're making their money off of the big endorsement. I do feel like women basketball fans and women basketball players take their college or collegiate achievements way more serious than men. So I think it will help these players build their legacy amongst their peers. I don't necessarily care about college achievements. I just don't. I mean, yeah, I would give you congratulations on it and, you know, acknowledge it. But when it comes to are you the GOAT, yeah, I don't necessarily throw your college achievements in that discussion. I look at what you do in the pros and then go from there. Also, with them forcing this rule, I think it actually helps them develop their game. You know, not every player is ready to just go pro. Not every player is ready. They still need to grow in size. They need to get stronger to handle the league. So it's things that players need to do sometimes that they can't necessarily do while they're playing in the W. So I think, yeah, they actually need to play in college for those 3+ years. I wouldn't say necessarily 5. I think 4 is enough. You know, unless you missed a year, especially for the COVID thing, or you got injured and you had to sit out an entire year. Yeah, I get the 5th year, but if you played 4 years straight, you just go to the pros, man. Do not play that 5th year. As far as the connections, I do agree that they get a chance to form connections. The hardcore college lovers get to form these connections, but I still feel like they could form big connections when they go into the pros as well. Although I do feel like one and dones could still form connections with the fan bases. It is something special about allowing a player to dominate at a collegiate level before going to the pros. Like if we think about Caitlin Clark, her numbers were astronomical in college, like ridiculous, right? But we know her first year going into the WNBA was going to be a little tough to translate that exact amount of output, right? She still did an amazing job, but it's just if you look at her averages and her numbers in college, that is really tough to do at the highest level. Although I do agree with this statement, I do want to challenge you all's perspective on this because I feel like a lot of us would agree on this. But what if you have an incident like Juju Watkins, right? Basically injury for the one and done. Now, Juju had the Nike endorsement, so I think she was still making millions if she would have left college, right? But her playing multiple years and staying in college, now you have this ACL tear. Do y'all think she would have came out better going to the pros instead of staying for 2 years? Which I think she'll be fine. Like I said, my brother, he tore his ACL. He came back even better. So I think she's going to be amazing when she comes back. Only players I think you will have to worry about when it comes to the one and done, if you open up this rule right now would be maybe Juju and Paige, due to them already making millions off of the Nike endorsement, and then just being pro ready, right? I think Juju was one of the most pro ready players in her freshman year. So I think those are the type of players you would have to worry about doing a one and done. But majority of these other players, I think they would want to stay to develop their game and also make more money. Also, I think Lexi Brown actually said this on Gil's Arena podcast one time. She was saying how her freshman year and maybe her sophomore year, she had all this traction and people were paying attention. But by the time she got through her junior and senior year and going into the pros, all that disappeared. So I think, maybe a loss of interest would be a thing too for some of the players. Maybe you're performing very well your first year and second year, but then come your junior and senior year, you're not necessarily shining or performing as well as you did your first 2 years. So now people are losing interest in you. And that probably could be another reason you would do a one and done, because maybe that first year you had such an amazing year that it's like a unicorn year, but you turn around and you're trying to match that or beat that year and you just can't do it. And now you're not living up to the expectations of beating that or being that all the time. And now people don't care about you. So I guess it's a flip of the coin, honestly, when it comes to should you stay or should you go. It's always pros and cons to everything, right? But let's see what some people said. Connections, they are staying because they are making very good cash. That's true. It's ridiculous that some are stayed for way too long. It's happening in all college sports, not just women college basketball. There should be a limit of 3 years and one transfer only. That would be interesting. That there would change Haley's career at a collegiate level. I've been saying the same thing. Student athletes need to leave college with a degree because the league isn't always an option that'll set you up long term. Don't even get into how college ball helps with true development. Yeah, there we go. And I do believe you should have a degree, although I don't think everybody needs a degree to make money or make good money. And it's really hard for people to use their degrees these days, man. I have a few friends and a few family members who have big degrees, but are having a hard time finding a job with that degree. Literally just said something similar to this. It's one of the reasons why the men's game is nosediving, in my opinion. So many valuable things that can come out of a full career at the collegiate level. A fan following, exposure, and education. A degree. Yes, it helps these players in the long run. The one and done for men's is so annoying. Like some of these players that go after 1 year could use several more years of development, but it is all about money for them. I agree, I understand the desire, but it isn't the time. The college is what sets the women's game apart from the men. The connection to the local schools plus the NIL money is the best setup for players right now. Back when they weren't getting NILs, it made more sense for players to want to go to the league and be a one and done because they weren't getting paid, right? And let's say an instance like Juju Watkins, who was a star player, looked pro ready, ends up getting injured and, not putting it on her, knock on wood, but comes back and not look the same. Now her draft pick is messed up. Now she's not getting as much money as she could have if she would have left her first year. You know what I'm saying? It's such a gamble. So I am glad that they are receiving money now. I know some coaches didn't like the NIL thing happening, but man, I love it for these players because they are putting their lives on the line, man. They are putting their bodies and their lives on the line, especially with Bronny passing out, cardiac arrest. It's things like that make me feel like they're doing the right thing when they compensate these players. So, yeah, man, that's just my whole thing. I just wanted to run this by you all, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about maybe opening up the idea of a one and done rule that college players can do. Do y'all think they need to leave it alone just how it is? Or do y'all think anything would change if they open up that rule right at this moment? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.